If I have found video like this before getting my first Giant Schnauzer puppy, I've been super grateful. Because someone out there will be glad to hear this story. This is another side of raising a Giant Schnauzer puppy. Arny! Hey! Ну-ка! No! Stop! No! No! Stop! Stop! It's okay! It's okay! It's okay! Give me this carpet. Oh my goodness! Don't bite him! Don't bite him! Welcome to the life with Giant Schnauzers. My name is Maria, and these are two incredible Giant Schnauzers, Arny, my first one, and this Sydney, the second one. 4 years ago, Arny became my first ever puppy, and it was a love from the first glimpse. He was so adorable, he was so sweet, and I knew that this dog is going to change my life forever, probably. So that happened. But in today's video, I'm going to share with you 6 biggest challenges I faced as a first-time dog owner. And I also want to share with you what exactly helped me to navigate through these challenges. Right, let's dive in. Let's start with the first challenge. When Arny, this one, was 4 months old, he already weighed 20 kilos. He was super dominant, extremely energetic, and full of mischief. He pulled on the leash during our walks as a Tasmanian devil. He was, you probably won't believe it because now you see how calm and wonderful he is. But no, this dog was a disaster. During our walks, he was pulling all the time. He was trying to jump on me, bite my arms, and sometimes during these excitement moments, he may start running in circles like a wild bull around me with no real chance to stop him. And somewhere in the middle of this madness, he was trying to jump on me. And this happened almost every walk. Let me kill this bug. Just a second. Stay. This excitement behavior was triggered by a couple of things. The first was because he got overexcited right before getting his dog business, like to poo. Right before he gets to poo, he got super excited. So this pattern appeared. And the second reason, again, this is just my observations, is when he was walking on unusual surface, like grass, some spiky elements. This is also something what was triggering him. During those moments, I felt totally out of control. Sometimes I was even scared because I didn't know how to stop him. I didn't know what to do in such situations. And Arny probably sensed it, because when the dog senses that you are scared, that you are not a leader, this dog is going to take the advantage, especially such a breed. Again, this bag, my God. And now I will take my weapon and she will fly away. I hope that you can bear with it. We live in the village, so we have a lot of wild nature here. After such walks, all in dirt, sometimes in scratches, very tired, I cried. I cried so much during these months because, you see, I didn't know how to handle such situations. I was covered in scratches, especially my legs, in bruises, and I kept thinking, what will happen when this little cute ball of 20 kilograms puppy grows into 50 kilograms adult dominant dog? What will I do then? I kept watching different videos, trying to find answer. I consumed so much of information. I also tried to work with different trainers. But there are few main things which actually helped me to handle such behavior and start taking control over the situation. So the first and the most important for me was to understand how can I burn his energy. Apart from walks, which we did every morning and evening and a couple of times during the day, dedicated 40 minutes a day, I took balls and some other toys to play with him and tire him out. There was also a trick, which I call redirecting his focus. Arny is not food motivated dog at all. So I carried out toys everywhere and used them to distract Arny when he got overexcited. Right before I had this moment, I took the ball and we just started playing. It worked, and it came with time, eventually working well. The third thing would be quite simple. I stopped using harness at all, because harness was a thing which only motivated him to pull, and he was pulling quite strong. So I took a collar, I took some sausages, and I used positive and negative reinforcement in order for me to teach myself and him how to walk on hill. Again, with time, it started working very, very well. If you have such a behavior with your Giant Schnauzer, when your Giant Schnauzer gets overexcited and you don't know what to do, just be patient. Just be patient. It is possible to change. It is possible to take under control. You just need to understand your dog and what exactly you do wrong. Additional bonus tip: if your dog trying to jump on you, this is something what I learned from one of the YouTubers. I actually tried it a couple of times with Arny and it worked. So if the dog is trying to jump on you, turn sideways. If you don't have this chance of turning that sideways or dog still jumps on you, try to lift your knee a little bit and use it as a shield, but very gently, in order to not traumatize your dog, just in order to protect your belly and the frontal side. Because if this puppy of 20-25 kilos is trying to jump on you or on your kids, you just need to protect yourself, because he will not bite, but you will have some bruises. Okay, the next challenge. It's a little bit disgusting, so if you eat or drink something, you either stop doing it or watch this part later on. Because I'm going to talk about car vomiting and bloody vomit. Actually, no one warned me how messy car rides with puppies can be. Arny vomited almost every time he was in the car. During first 6 months, I always had the survival kit with me. Talking about the survival kit for the puppy owner is to have waterproof seat cover, garbage bins, some napkins, towels, and cleaning spray. I hope you don't need to use it, but in case your puppy is going to vomit, you will be ready. The scariest part about all of this vomiting was the first time when Arny vomited with blood. Small amount of blood Not a lot, but little pieces of blood were incorporated in his vomit. It was not so frequent, maybe 6-8 times during his puppyhood in general, but the first time, oh my god, we freaked out. There is nothing super scary. It may happen because dogs eating something off the ground continuously, especially when they are puppy. What I learned here is to take pictures of vomit, show you that in case something bad happened. Also, you need to really observe your puppy closely, because sometimes they eat something and then they vomit and a couple of minutes later they just fine. But you need to monitor, just in case. Also, if you have some doubts and it happens continuously, like a couple of times per day or a couple of days straight line, just go to the vet, seriously. You will have a peace of mind, and most probably dog ate something from the ground. The third challenge, one of the biggest issue for us, which is separation anxiety. As I learned from my own experience, Giant Schnauzers are incredibly attached to their people. And since Arny was a pandemic puppy, he was with us 24/7. He was everywhere, either with me or with my husband. When we first time decided to leave him alone for a little bit prolonged time, he went completely crazy. I don't know if I can find these pictures, but if I find, I will attach it here. So he literally ate the door. He was trying to get out. He was scared, he was anxious, he was barking, crying, and yet trying to get out, trying to find us. And this is our problem. We didn't teach the dog to be alone. And we didn't teach the dog that it is okay that your owners are out somewhere for couple of hours at least. To prevent such problems, just invest a little bit of time from the first weeks. Just a little, 5-10 minutes, 1 hour, and yeah, your dog just get used to it. If you have such problem as I had, there are a couple of steps to reduce this separation anxiety problem. First, what helped us separate sleeping areas. Arny started sleeping on the ground floor and we started sleeping on the first floor. First nights he was crying, but a couple of nights after he just get used to it. The second one was to add gradual alone time training. In order just to keep a peace of mind, we installed a couple of cameras in this area and also in the hall, because we wanted to see what is going on. When we know that he is calm, then we come home. If he is barking or he is crying, we never entered the door. The last but not the least important is to have these calm departures and calm arrivals. Means that no emotions when you leaving the house, and no emotions when you entering the house, because I tend to have this behavior like, Arny, hello, I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, obviously I triggered his bad behavior. Challenge number 4, which is time demands. Yeah, I actually knew that dog will require time, but I underestimated how much time it will need. First few months were really intense. Short walks to pee every 2 hours, then morning walks, evening walks, long play sessions, which I implemented. Talking about the first challenge, then training, grooming, brushing, cleaning. So all my schedule revolved around Arny. Weekends were not exception, actually. They became like puppy weekends, especially when he was from 4 to 6 months old. We will try to plan our outings somewhere not so far from our house, or some places where we actually can take our puppy with us. All our friends at that time knew our dog because we took him everywhere with us. It helped us to get socialized, but yeah, again, this is all your time and you need to be prepared for it. With a puppy growing up, you obviously will not need to let your dog out to pee every 2 hours, but long walks, play, grooming, cleaning can easily take 2 hours out of your day, every day. And yeah, you just need to keep in mind that this animal needs your investment. Number 5, needing a support. Raising a Giant Schnauzer puppy is not one-person job. We took a dog only because both of us, me and my husband, we both were committed to raise this dog, to take care of this dog, and invest time. There were some days when I was tired, sick, I was in the office till late, or I was just too busy with some other projects. So I had no time to play and dedicate too much time to my puppy. He was there to help me, he was there to walk with him, to feed him, to take proper care. An opposite way, when my husband was busy, I was taking care of Arny. They are very dominant and they understand all the weaknesses and they're trying to push the boundaries. So you will probably not leave this dog with your neighbor or with your not so close friend. So you need to find someone who will support you on this way of raising up a Giant Schnauzer. If you consider getting a Giant Schnauzer, make sure that you have support from someone else. It is essential. It will save you a lot of nerves. And yes, in general, you and your dog will be happier if you have someone else to cover you up. Just in case. Right, we are coming to the number 6 in our list, which in our case is aggression to other dogs and car chasing behavior. Oh, this is going to be fun. It happened literally overnight. Around 8 months old, after staying at dog hotel, and next morning we went for a walk, he started showing aggression towards other big male dogs, which I never saw before. I have no idea how exactly this is related, but yeah, this is just the thing which happened. And also, one interesting pattern appeared. Since we live in quite tranquil place, usually in the mornings we don't see cars at all. So we walk around the village and probably couple of cars may pass by. So when there are 2 cars passing by, it's okay. When there is only 1 car passing us, he was getting so excited and he was trying to chase car, to jump on the car actually. Whoa, the first time I saw it, it was quite difficult to hold him, but everything was okay. When he sees 1 car, if there are 2 cars or more, it's okay. When there is 1 car passing by, he may tend to jump on the car. Because we know this, either trying to go a little bit further, or I'm trying to redirect his focus with balls or with some snacks. We started working with it. The first thing which we started doing is to avoid on-leash introductions with other dogs. No sniffing other dogs at all. Even if it's super small and super friendly, no. We only allowed off-leash interaction with other dogs in the special areas like dog parks or just closed areas under our supervision, because this is completely different. I'm not a specialist in dogs, but I see how behavior changes when my dog on the leash and I pull him, and when my dog unleashed, he behaves absolutely different. And most of the time when he is off leash, he doesn't care at all about other dogs. I know that probably some dog specialists may comment on it and say why exactly when dog is on the leash it is more aggressive. When it's off leash, dogs are just fine by themselves. Arny just stopped being interested in most of the dogs. He still barks at dogs of our neighbors, but most of the time he doesn't really care. And with cars, this still appears. Sometimes he tends to jump on cars. I saw tons of videos, but nothing worked with this guy. Well, maybe you know something, tell me in the comments below. But before we say bye-bye to each other, I wanted to give you 2 bonus tips. The first is, if you're the first-time Giant Schnauzer owner, you have to be prepared for grooming. Giant Schnauzers need special, proper grooming to keep their coat manageable and beautiful. If you do not brush them, if you do not trim them properly, they will shed everywhere with their undercoat. If you Google it, does Giant Schnauzers shed or no? Yes, they do. I will show you. I will show you the evidence, because they have undercoat, and if you do not remove it, it will shed eventually. Not so much as probably with German Shepherd or other fluffy dogs, but they shed. In our case, we started grooming Arny from 5 months old every 3 months. With a professional groomer, it cost us around 100 euros. To be precise, from 80 to 100 euros per session. Be prepared for the grooming. It will take your money out and time as well. Another tip would be about sterilization or castration in our case. We did surgery for both of our puppies when they turned 1.5 years old. And the key reason to it was not to manage their behavior, no. It's just because we usually leave them at the open space dog hotels where they don't have this kind of cells or boxes. They have beautiful open space, a pool, and they all are together. So due to this, there are certain requirements from the dog hotels that all dogs should be sterilized, adult dogs. So we did it for both of them. Actually, their behavior didn't change much. Probably they would not chase a female dog at some certain periods of this female dog time, but other than that, they still leave marks. Arny is already for 2 years castrated, and actually nothing changed. Arny got much bigger, he got a lot of weight. For the dog, I mean. He's not fat, but he became just bigger. His weight now around 50, 50 and a half. With this one, we castrated him a couple of months ago. Nothing changed. Nothing. I love such videos. I hope that you find it valuable, and yeah, I will just keep sharing these valuable tips. All the difficulties which you have with your dog are manageable. You can find support everywhere. You can find it for free on the internet. You can find some professional trainers who can help you handle particular issues, and it will probably be easier, but in general, everything is possible. If you love dogs, if you just truly, intrinsically want to have a dog, everything will be fine with you. So raising a Giant Schnauzer puppy isn't easy, especially if you had never experience with dogs. But you know, the bond which you will build worth every challenge. If you're thinking about getting a Giant Schnauzer or struggling with your puppy right now, just know that all things will be better. Everything gets better if you put time, patience and mind into it. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And I also want to ask you to share your own puppy stories in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye! Stay. I need to kill bug. No, держи, все хорошо. Не для тебя.